Donnie, fine. If you sit down nicely. Hey, everybody, turn around. Both of them. Look at the kiss of Hashem. Look at the kiss of Hashem. Look. Kiss. My boy's side. The kiss count. Take a picture. What am I saying this? I'm serious. They have no clue. There's no clue what just happened. They have no clue, but in the middle of the shir, it's going to be very apparent. Remy, you gonna watch the shir? Hold on, let's start the shir and stand right over there. Here, let's go. I gotta show the world. What just happened. Kiss from Hashem. Let's go. No, Danny. Good morning, Rabbi Isai. I take a look, and who's standing right in front of me? Donnie and Avremi, they're both Kohanim. It's unbelievable. What a kiss from Hashem. But you think that's the thing? I'm going to show you a surprise. Everybody check this out. I even put a picture. This is not staged. I've never seen them there together. Take a look on the screen. Both of them together. Why were you guys? Have you ever been in that position? No, seriously. Here, go on the screen. Here, put it. Here, Donnie. Seriously, have you ever been together for coffee?
No, never.
All right. Anyways, no, seriously. That's for me. You could laugh all you want. In the middle of the shir, you understand what I'm talking about. This is just the beginning, but it's a kiss from Hashem for me. Rabbi Isai, I want to show you something amazing. Yesterday I spoke about Yisrael Halpern. You got a daf? No, what I'm about to talk about. What? Sir on the phone. Hi. How you doing? So, did you get a daf? That's what you're calling? No? Okay. Yeah. I almost kicked the Israeli guy in the middle of the shir. I don't know what's going on. The kiss from Hashem. We start off the shir with kiss from Hashem. Everybody calm down. Get off your phones. We're about to start a shir here. There's other people that are going to be watching it later. We got to make a kiddush MDY. This is not a joke. So yesterday we spoke about this brand new Gemara, and I want to show you what happened since yesterday. What's beautiful about it and why we're doing this is because our biggest expense every year is the free Gemaras that we give. This should be able to pay for it. Not only that, it's a way for each person. First of all, we're doing a very simple pirush, very easy to read, no notes on the bottom, just a very, very easy flow pirush. The Gemara side has nekudas from Moiz V'Hadar, and every page is going to have a QR code where you could scan it and go straight to the shir and to charts. You have the opportunity to put a name of a loved one, Lo Netzach. Next cycle, Be'ez Hashem, put it out again. Thousands of people are going to see it. This time, we're going to print minimum 2,000 copies now, and 7.5 years, which comes right like that. It's going to be there again. So here it is, Rabbi Isai. I want to show you, since we spoke, what happened. These are the dapim that were sold, and the prakim that were sold. I think it's like $10,000 a pair. We're still negotiating with someone about the actual Masechta sponsor. The last one was the Irani family edition. I hope that it stays like that. But there are other contenders. No, that's something that a lot of people, and this is the Dairis, because imagine Schottenstein. He didn't know what he was getting himself into, and he wouldn't trade it for anything else. So this is a great opportunity to bring people to Torah, because through the support of this Gemara, we're going to bring more people to Torah through our free Gemara program. This is just one thing that I saw. Mark Ashkenazi himself took Daf Ches for Reb Chaim ben Reb Elazar. Rabbi Isai, the MDY Shir in the satellite location, Ari Chaim was his location, 109 Claris. I didn't even know there's a street like that. On 36th and 13th. Is growing every day, he says. Shlomo of MDY Houston is the top 5% of Rebelli fans on Spotify. 233 days. Probably 4 years in the calendar days. Givaldic. Oh. What does it say? Are you jump? No, not this one. This one. This is our Avreich, Koil Jungerman in Cleveland, Shalom Felder. He says, as a self-respecting member of MDY, I proudly send a picture learning the daf in the hospital with my son, who's less than an hour old. So what if the picture was posed for and I'm holding a chumash, not a Gemara? But as a sugar b'piv shalanash, it's not about the daf, it's about the footage. Shalom Y Felder, Beitz Daf Lamed Zayin.
Is that a real baby?
Mazel Tov, Reb Shalom, Mazel Tov. And you're all wondering, where is Akiva? Akiva, he does the coffee for us morning, evening.
Good morning, Rabbi Sai. From the Statue of Liberty.
Shimi Newman. Hi, Rebellion. My name is Shimi Newman. I'm 14 years old. Today, 200 days ago, my life changed in many different ways. First of all, for the past 3 years, I was in the lower class in school, and when I started doing the daf, I moved up to the higher class. It also makes me feel so good. I feel like my life's more fulfilled. I love the AI, the jokes. It's not a dread for me to do the daf. I want to do the daf. I can't wait. I'll be Be'ezer Hashem, be coming to the 7th Eretz Yisrael, and I hope to come to your shir and see you. Your favorite Talmud, Shimi Newman. P.S. Can you please put the Nothing But the Daf shir on 24/6? We don't even talk about Nothing But the Daf, but it's a new shir. It has about 1,000 views a day. It's the same shir, but they cut out all the ha'aras from Ariel Simon. You do? You check it out?
I do ha'aras.
So that's why you do ha'aras all throughout shir. You're hoping to get one in. I got it. All the jokes, all the musar. It's nothing but the daf, and it cuts it down to under 30 minutes. And a great way, seriously, a great way to catch up on the daf. There was a guy that left the shir because he said it's too much for him. He came back just for that. There's different things. It applies to different, but it's basically for Chazar. It's great to catch up. Does anybody know Yossi Saunders, the guy that we got to bring him back? No, we got to. No. Give me his phone number. I'm gonna have to speak to this guy. We need him back here. PPS. Can all the AI videos have English subtitles for the people who only speak English? So two good artists. First of all, I'm not in charge of 24/6. If they want to put it on, they're welcome to put it on. And but you know what? Children want to see the jokes, the AIs, the this. AI video having that's also good aura. Heard that from Mati Belsky a number of times. That people that have a hard time in Hebrew, there should be subtitles on the videos. The Mesechta sponsored by David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Mari, Reb Shmuel Baruch ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv Zichron Livracha. Anonymous, Nishmas Doidi Shlomo Yehuda ben Shmuel Chaim Asher Shokav V'Lamed Kochim Kol Chayav. L'Zeichen Nishmas Nachum Tzvi ben David. Sponsored by Skyber Capital in honor of our friends Meir Kovacs, Taki, and Shamshi Shlafrak for the devotion Torah study and the shir. So you're not coming at them to the Shabbaton?
Plenty of time.
You have a room?
Yeah, with Taki.
I have. With the, really? Now I understand what the debate is. Okay, very good. Just kidding, Taki. I have very, very close friends, who decided to book like this week, and they can't get in, and they're driving me crazy. They're driving Yossi crazy. It's like I don't know. There are no rooms. It's sold out. We have to get in a larger hotel next year. It's crazy. Anonymous, Hatzlacha Baruch Zevachim. The Koil sponsors month. Anonymous from London, Parnasa B'Shefa. Monthly sponsors Tzvi Jacobs for Refuah Shlema for Bracha Bat Chana. Anonymous, please down for Refuah Shlema for the world's best dad, Aaron Ben Chai Sarah. Anonymous, Bracha B'Didai, Boraz V'Yanis, and Shoshana Leah, Yehudim Yom Ben Chava. Anonymous from London, Hatzlacha B'Parnasa. Weekly sponsors Anonymous. In memory of the Bas Ayin Reb Avram Dov Ben Reb David Schus for donor and family. Weekly sponsor. Yudi Hollander, in honor of my father-in-law, devoted to the daf each day as he marries off a child. Yosef Ezra, in memory of Yeshua ben Shimon Doiv and Parnasa Toiva. Daily sponsors Anonymous, in honor of my father Yeshua Palter for learning the daf since Brachas Daf Beis. Amazing. That is amazing. Anonymous, Chanuni Nobezois. What?
Anonymous is like my father, Yeshua Palter. He's anonymous, my father. Maybe he has a lot of kids.
I think it's a joke. Anonymous, Chanuni Nobezois. Yivaldi. Okay. So they have it. They have nothing but that. David Sobel, warm atzlacha and tefillos for the couple, MDY learner from London on today's IVF. Interesting, because another person just was telling me 2 days ago, and he's from that place, about this exact thing. Maybe he's talking about him. It should be Batzlach Gdoila, if I know who you are. Daily sponsors, L'Kovid Rebelli, Mazel Tov on your birthday. Birthday, tomorrow, huh? May Hashem give you the koiches to continue inspiring the world, and a birthday bracha for all of us, anonymously, Shimi, the Stender Macher. The Stender Macher. What's that? That never happened. Turn off the mic.
No, it's him. It's CNN. Like that. It's him.
Anonymous, in memory, if you're watching the shir in an iPad in this room, you don't. What's the point? Turn it off. In memory of Yeshua Zev Ben Tzvi Aaron, who is observing his 17th.
The 17th yard is being observed.
17th yard is being observed. Ari Farkash, in honor of the birthday of my dear father Shmuel Doiv Farkash. The Fleischman family, for the full shleim of our father Mordechai Meir Ben Freda Miriam, who has the machla and is fighting an infection and clot in the hospital and needs to get healthy to have his bone marrow transplanted. Refuah shleima b'karov, amen. MDYR, refuah shleima Yonatan Eidim b'Beshav bracha. Refuah shleima Mordechai ben Esther. Was Ayela Daniel Zev ben Ayela to Esther. Guest, who's the Shalom Aleichem guest? What's your name?
Moshe Battalion,
From?
originally from Boston, and now from Woodmere. When I saw the Rav in Woodmere, I have a picture of
Wow.
Rav Zayda, who I
I
know.
love that. Who's all the way on the left?
That's Rav Simcha Elberg, the editor of Paradise magazine.
Come over here. Wow, this is a beautiful picture. Look at this. This is my Zayda right over here, and this is the Rav. And this is Reb?
Simcha Elberg.
Elberg. Thank you so much. Wow.
My pleasure.
Moving, touching. Wow. I just got a email today from a shidduch that my parents made. Dov Asal, the eye guy. Doctor. Optometrist. What's his name? Saul. He wrote me, I have pictures of your mother and this, if you want. Mamish today, this morning, I read it. Wow, and he even comes with a note. Very, very meaningful. Wow. Thank you. He's going to go in my house. Thank you. Wow. Somebody gave me a sefer. I'm starting to get stuff. It's going to go in the museum. That's beautiful. No, somebody got from Bar Ilan. They were like, what do they call it? They were like trimming down the library, and he got it and he brought it to me. He says, "Here's a sefer." H. Mordechai, I think it was. Shalom Aleichem. You want to say your name? What's your name? What Schwab? From? Shalom Aleichem. Thank you for coming. Who else? Who else is here? Rabbi Schoenberg? Oh, there's more people over there. Oh, Shalom Aleichem. Hey, first you in the white shirt. What's your name?
There's some
From?
Lakewood.
Lakewood. You guys know each other, B'chal? Binnensags. Okay, I recognize you, yeah. You I don't recognize. What's your name?
Enzo Laniato.
From? Lakewood. Shalom Aleichem. Anybody else? You want to say hello? What's your name? From? Lakewood? For real? Binnensags. But what? Binnensags only takes from Lakewood? Wow. And you? What's your name? Yitar. Okay, Givaldik. Thank you for breaking it up, Azai. All right. My boys, I have a riddle. This riddle's worth 10,000 points if you know the answer. If you have a mixture of chatas and oila blood, chatas goes above the red line, oila goes below the red line. So we said yesterday that you could pour the chatas blood into the shirayim, into the two holes. What if you take the chatas blood, and instead of putting it into the two holes in the ground, you put it on the wall, on the horizontal wall next to the two holes? You're saying to yourself, I want to put this blood into the shirayim drain, but instead of doing that, you put it on the wall. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Does it affect it or not? Huh? 10,000 points. Anybody? Huh?
Is your kavanah that it should drip down from the wall?
Yeah, your kavanah is that you should drip down.
Probably better not.
Better not. You think that's the answer for 10,000 points? No, better not.
If your answer was like this, but
The true answer is, Rabbi say, I got you all. It's a machloikis. Whose device is on? Thank you. I asked before to shut it. Thank you.
maybe put him on the spot.
Take it away. All right. No, it's Bidul Torah for the Rabbim. Whoever's. Thank you. Doesn't shut off. It's one of these devices doesn't shut off. Fine. Rabbi said we're holding by Toshma 7 lines from the bottom of Pei Omid Beis. So to remind Ariel, yesterday we had a case. You have a cup, a kli full of special chatos water. It's called paraduma water, mei chatos. Not from a carbon chatos, from the paraduma. This is water from a spring. It's mixed with ashes. And if somebody's tamei, you take a little bit with a few branches of eza, whatever, and you give him a zetz. You sprinkle it. Then this guy goes ahead and tries to refill a little bit from the sink. He opens up the sink. What's the halacha? So he said, according to Rebbe Eliezer, he should sprinkle the person twice. Usually once. In this situation, twice. And we said there's 3 things that could happen over here. There's a machlokes if yesh bila or ein bila. Is every drop mixed with, if you put a liquid, introduce liquid into a very large amount of liquid, does every drop of liquid have a molecule of that other liquid that you introduced there? So if you put a little bit from the sink, every single drop in this kli is going to have a little bit from the sink. And this is ein bila. We say that they're individual drops, they don't mix. Okay, that was one thing that we discussed. We also discussed whether the 2 hazars combined together as one. And then we also had, what was the other thing? Shear. Do you need a shear? Let's say, do you need a minimum of 10 milliliters? Okay. So we had 3 ways to understand. Rebbe Eliezer says you need 2 hazars. And one of them was Rav Ashi. Rav Ashi holds there's no good mixture between the drops, halachically. We don't say that every drop is a mixture. Also, you don't need a shear. You don't need a special shear. So why do you need to do it twice? You need to do it twice because since there's no bila, maybe the first time you get 0. You try to sprinkle him, and when you dunked it in, you got only bad water, only sink water. You do it twice, you're going to get a little bit of the kosher. That's what he said. So the Gemara says, Tashmai, I want to ask you a question of this. In other words, if you take a look at this chart, Rish Lakish and Rava both hold yesh bila. There's a on the molecule level, there's a tremendous mixture of all liquids in this cup. And Rav Ashi says, no, there isn't. And this is a halachic argument. I don't think it was a factual argument. It's a halachic argument. Toshma, huh?
It's no machlokes over here. You hold.
It's machlokes in Rebbe Eliezer. In Rebbe Eliezer. Yeah. In Rebbe Eliezer. Toshma. Hanitoni b'matona achas, shenisar b'matona achas. We know these cases, and they're going to be all the same. And today's daf is like that. We're going to be a little bit repetitive today in what we're learning. There are animals that there are karbonos that you have to sprinkle all 4 sides of the mizbeach. And these 3 you only sprinkle 1 time. The Karban Pesach, Bechar, and Ma'aser. So what if the Bechar's blood got mixed up with some Karban Pesach blood? What do? So you sprinkle once on the mizbeach. The question is, 1 time, and there's 0 mixture, combination. There's no guarantee that all the molecules are mixed if you hold ein bila. So when you sprinkled on the mizbeach, maybe you got only the bechar, or maybe you got only the Karban Pesach. How is 1 zrika going to help? Very simple question. You're supposed to just give 1 sprinkle on the mizbeach, 1 hazah, 1 zrika. Saying bila, and if you say, like Rav Ashi, that on the molecule level, it's not mixed in. How is that going to help me? Maybe he did a zrika for the Bechar, and he didn't do a zrika for the Korban Pesach. Says the Gemara, we must say, there's exactly each measurement, let's say there's 10 milliliters of Bechar and 10 milliliters of Pesach. So you do 2 sprinkles, says Rashi. Achas ba'achas, shenisarvu achas ba'achas, says Rashi, and then you have to do the 2 zrikas. You have to do for both. Matan achas of each. The entire thing, the entire mixture you put on the mizbeach.
There's nothing left in the cup?
Nothing left in the cup. Matan arba, b'matan arba. Same exact question, same exact answer. Let's say an oila on the right and a shlamim got mixed in. So what do? You apply the blood only 4 times, not 8 times, 4 times. And you're going to get both. You're going to get the oil and the shlamim and the zrika. Ain't bila. And if there's no mixture, who told you that in each drop there's a oil and a shlamim? Maybe you only did shlamim and 0 for the oil. Says the Gemara, matan arba b'matan achas. You took the entire mixture and you applied it to the mizbeach, and you did 4 and 4, says Rashi. Okay, it's 4 and 4. You got to put that in a pencil over here. He put in that mixture, the exact mixture of the oil and the shlamim, and matan arba matan achas. Sorry, that's it. Next case.
How do you know when to each corner, 4 each? Maybe 2.
Yeah, it could be. It's the same thing. It means 4 walls because the oil is shnayim shenim arba.
No, but I'm saying maybe on the first time you put oil and chatos, and 1 corner there's only the oil left, or 1 corner there's only of 1 korban.
You mean what? How do you know?
Maybe you put second korban twice.
You mean how do you know that you're being yaitza?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then what? So since you weren't yaitza, no, but on one zrika, is enough. The second zrika is not ma'akiv. The second one. I don't know.
You finish all the blood. At some point, you'll finish all the blood once you do all the things.
But maybe everything you did on one zrika was.
They asked the question. They said it's just the last but
no, but you're for sure going to get. In that case, you're for sure going to get a little bit of each on each corner. Yeah, but I'm saying you're going to get 1 matana of each. 1 matana of each you're going to get, if you do it like that. On a corner, because even if you did 100% of oil on 1 corner, you got 100% of shlamim on the other corner, then you yaitza. Ask the Gemara, what about the case matan arba and matan achas? You have an oila who got mixed up with a korban pesach. You're supposed to do 4 matanas for the oila, 1 matana for the b'char, let's say. I like b'char. B'chit heima daf pei aleph amid aleph. 80 daf into Masechtas Zevachim. We can know when the siyum is, or the other. In 50 days. 50 days is 40. Yeah. Oh yeah. 120 plus. Yeah. 80 is 40. 40. Gival imamish 40. A little less. 39. Saw that? How I did that? I took off a 1. Givaldi. So, 40 days. 40 days of Shabbaton. Wow, you can start counting down. What are you going to tell me? That he took 40 milliliters of the oila, 10 milliliters of the b'char, put them all together, and applied all of it on the mizbeach somehow. Rabbi Shua is complaining to Rabbi Eliezer that what you're doing, you're putting extra matanas for the b'char. Where are you going to have a Bal Tosef? Over here, you took everything and you took one shear of the b'char, and you put it on the mizbeach. So if you put it on the mizbeach, you yaitza. What's the problem? Why is it Bal Tosef? There's 10 milliliters of b'char, and you put that 10 milliliters on the mizbeach. Why do you think that it's a Bal Tosef? So Tosef asks right away. It's really on the base over here about Tosef. Let me see. I didn't notice that there's a chafir. He probably said that it's shaykh to later. Yeah, okay, he does say. So Tosef asks, what do you mean? Let's say you took 10 milliliters and you put it on 2 walls. That's another similar to what you asked. You put it on 2 walls, so it's Bal Tosef. So what if you put all the blood that belongs to the Bechar on the Mizbeach? But it's possible you took all the blood that belongs to the Bechar and put it on two separate walls, and that's Bal Taisif. Bechar, you only put it once. So it says Taisif, since it's not 100%, it's possible you put it on one wall, so it's Bal Taisif B'Safek. Bal Taisif B'Safek is not a problem. That's what he says.
You answer the shear, because each one's a chetzi shear.
That's your Ariel for today. The what?
If you do 5 milliliters on one corner and 5 milliliters on the other.
Who said no? There's no shear. There's no shear. Look, according. No, here, look. Hazayin tzarich shear. There's no shear in Rivashi. Yeah. So Mamela what? So you cannot say you already got your Ariel. So you cannot say that it's exact, because if it's exact, then Rabbi Shua wouldn't say it's Bal Taisif. So it's not exact. So there's a lot of Bechar, a lot of Bechar. And that's why he's saying, oh, you're going to do extra on different walls. So then the question is, if there's a lot of Bechar, there's a lot of blood from the Bechar. So I'm just repeating the question. There's a lot of blood of Bechar, and you apply the blood on the Mizbech. If Ein Bila, maybe you only apply the Bechar and 0 of the Oila. How do you know that you're Yaitz the Oila? If you hold Ein Bila, so how do I know that I applied the Bechar and the Oila? Maybe, since we already established there's a lot of Bechar blood. So maybe I poked God all the Bechar blood on the Mizbech and 0 of the Oila. If there's no molecule mixture. Manda, you looking at me like what am I saying? Good? Elo Amarava. Molecular. Thank you. On the molecular level. Elo Amarava bebolo lepligi. When you were in high school and doing science things in high school, I was in Panovich. We didn't have molecular, we didn't have those fancy jars that smoke comes out of it. We didn't have any of that. So I don't know how to say molecular, sorry. Badness. Elo Amarava bebolo lepligi. What's the whole problem here? The shaila is, you're asking me from the Mishnah, our Mishnah, with the chatas and the oila mixed in, this, that you have a raya that there's no mixture on the molecular level. Our Mishnah with the chatas and the oila is not even talking about that they're mixed in the same vessel. You're doing a science experiment. Here, what was this? Oh, no, that's something else. Does it belong to later? I just need to make sure. I'll just show it here. Oh. I guess that's for a little later. Fine, just remember that one. Fine. That's a mixture. So, says the Gemara, no. You're asking me a kasha from the Mishnah, from the Braisa. That's not a raya that Rebbe Lezer holds one way or another, because in the Mishnah and the Braisa we're not talking about blood mixed like we just saw, that two types of blood were mixed in one kli. Oh, we were talking about separate kalim. There's a kli of a chatos and a kli of oila, and that's mixed in, but not on the molecular level. They're mixed together and you don't know what to do with it. So you take it and you pour it on the top, you pour it on the bottom. The pligi b'kaisos. The machlokes says when they're separated in individual kalim. The Rebbe Lezer islay roim. Rebbe Lezer says you could pour from an individual kli on the top of the mizbeach, let's say, and say, Rebbeinu Shalom, if this is actually the oila blood, I'm not pouring it as a zrika, I'm pouring it as water. And if it's chatas blood, it should be yaitza. The Rabbanon Leslo roim. They say there's no such thing as I pretend. As the Gemara of Avalei Pligi. So you're telling me that they don't argue about if it's mixed in one kli. But I see Mefurish that Rebbe Yehuda says they do. There's no machloikis when the oila and the chatos get mixed in that it should go on the mizbeach. In other words, he argues on the Mishnah. And there's no argument that when it comes to blood of an animal that's possible, like there was a aver done to that animal, you don't put it on the mizbeach. So where is the machlekes? Adam tmimo shenisar b'dam balas mum. Talking about a bal mum. There's a mum in the animal, and that got mixed up with blood of an animal that's good for the mizbeach. And here he says mefurish the word balul. Rabbi Yehuda says Rabbi Eliezer holds that even if it's mixed in one kli or in separate kalim, you should put it on the mizbeach. So you see that Rebbe Lezer argues on balul, on mixed in a kli. So Says the Gemara, that's not a good raya either. Rabbi Yehuda, Ali with the Rabbi Eliezer, Masna, Ben Bebala, Ben Bekoisis. You're right. Rabbi Yehuda himself holds in Rabbi Eliezer that Rabbi Eliezer doesn't distinguish between a mix-up of different cups versus a mix-up in the actual cup itself. But from our Mishnah, you don't have a raya. You're asking me from my Mishnah. Our Mishnah could be talking about kaisos. The Chachamim lo yikrav. Chachamim, sorry. Rabbi Yehuda, where am I? Nachamol. Rabbi Yehuda Ali with the Rabbi Eliezer Masni, Ben Bebol, Ben Kaisos. Is that where I'm holding? Yes. Rabbi Yehuda Aliba, the Rabbi Eliezer Masni, Ben Bebol, Ben Kaisos. You're right. Rabbi Yehuda himself says that that's what Rabbi Eliezer says. That Rabbi Eliezer doesn't distinguish between the two. V'Rabbanan, in other words, our Mishnah Bekaisos pligi. Our Mishnah is only talking about cups. Mamela, I can't bring a raya from our Mishnah that Rabbi Eliezer holds a certain way when it comes to a real mixture. We're not talking about a real mixture, we're talking about cups that got mixed up. Good. So that brand new sugi Rabbi say. Amar Abai. So we had the question that you have something like this. We have blood. Don't look at this bedafka, but just the idea. Blood that belongs above the red line got mixed in with blood that belongs below the red line. Oil and chatas blood. Here comes the question. Simple question, simple Gemara. The machlokes over here is whether or not you could do zrika on the top when you know that you have inside your kli blood that belongs in the bottom. And can you do zrika on the bottom when you know that in the kli you have blood that belongs on top? If you know that, let's say the blood was already sprinkled on the top for the chatas, and now there's a mixture, you hear Rabbi say very simple. There's a mixture of chatas blood. Where does the rest of the chatas blood go? I already sprinkled the top. Now what do I do with it? Shirayim, I got to put it into the drain. And I also have oil of blood that must be sprinkled on the wall of the bottom. That's where the machlokes is. Could I put that whole mixture on the wall? Why? Because it doesn't belong on a wall. Where does it belong? The chatas belongs in the drain. Let's take a look. This is the machlokes right over here. The oila belongs in the red. That's where you're supposed to put it, on the wall. The chatas belongs on the purple. So my question is, can I put the entire mixture on the red? And I'll be yaitza. I'll say, I'm doing this for Shiraim. Eventually it's going to drip down, like he said before. It's going to drip down into the drain. Shalom Yisrael. So what does he say? Divrei Hakol, Mekoim Moila, Mekoim Shiraim. No. The wall is also good. You're able to put Shiraim on a wall. You don't need to put it on the horizontal surface. You can put it on the vertical surface. Okay? Let me show you. I think this is where it belongs. Forgive me if it doesn't. But this is, I'm telling you, the Yad Hashem, the Mamash Hashgacha Prat is here. Otherwise, you take a look. We all know that Avremi is our big tech guy in the shir. He's a big, he could do anything when it comes to computers. So he built a robot for the Beis Hamikdash. Here he goes. And he's also a tzolid guy. And he's also a kohen.
זוהה בהצלחה, זהו דם חטאת.
Then I had Hashem that they're both standing there getting coffee. Seriously. He also speaks a beautiful Hebrew, Donnie. That's his phone.
Oh, I can't speak right now.
עכשיו, איך אני אדע מה עולאה ומה חטאת?
לפו חכמים, תשפוך את הדם לאמה.
Okay. Seriously, I never saw them stand together over there. Serious. Maybe they knew. Did you know about this? You knew about the video? Yeah. You did? Okay. That's the shot for real. Did you know before the shir? You knew about it. Okay, good. That's why they were both there.
That's why I stood next to them.
Took away my Shgacha Prata story. Okay. What?
You still have the story.
So what's the fact?
Well, guys, edit out that part, please. So now comes an argument. This is what Rabbi Yehuda said. Shirayim tzrichim etztaba. You cannot put the blood of the chatos after you put it above the red line. You can't put it on the red wall. You have to put it on the purple surface. It needs an instaba. It needs like a table. It needs a flat surface. This is again repeating what we just said. By the way, interesting. It's not Reb Shimon. It's Reb Shimon ben Lakish. It's not the famous Tana Reb Shimon ben Yochai. It's the famous Amoira Reb Shimon ben Lakish. There's no machlokes that you put it on the wall. If you're trying to do shirayim, you put it on the wall and just drip down into the drain. It's not true. There is a machlokes. You can't put it on the wall. Just that what? Rabbi Eliezer says, if you have chatos, I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to say to myself, well, wait a minute. If it's the oila, great. That's where it belongs in the wall. If it's a chatos, it's water. Mazur Avuna Bar Yehuda. So now the Gemara is going to bring 3 psukim that basically say the same halacha. It says by a b'char kodesh heim. A b'char is kodesh. Yeah, it's kodesh. So what is it coming to tell us? If the b'char gets mixed up with, let's say, an oila, and listen to this. Even though, we're going to see soon, even though, I'll have to say the even though later, you could still put it on the mizbeach. So the Gemara says, my lav soif oila ubechar. Aren't we talking about that the oila was already sprinkled on the mizbeach? So what do you have to do with the oila? Shirayim. And the bechar, you have to do the first sprinkle of bechar. It doesn't distinguish, it could be anything. It's a mixture of bloods. Bloods that go in the drain, and bloods that you have to do zrika on. The fact that you could continue doing the zrika, we're going to put the oil of blood. Rabbi said, we're going to put the oil of blood in this case. Here, look at the screen. We're going to put the oil. You're done doing oil. It's the end of the oil, beginning of the bechar. So you're going to have to put the oil on the wall, because you certainly can't put the bechar in the drain. You're going to have to put the bechar on the wall, and it says you could just do one sprinkle on the wall in your yaitza. In other words, you don't have to put the oila in the drain on the flat surface. You can put it on the wall. Loi. We're not talking about this case. We're talking about a different case. They both weren't sprinkled at all, and memela, the chiddush is I could put it on the wall. But what's the chiddush? They both belong below the red line, and I'm throwing it on below the red line on the bottom. What's the problem? Why should that be a problem? Oh, Michael Mashmalon, dein oilin mevatlim zeze. Oilin in this particular case, oilin refers to karbanos. One carbon cannot cancel out another carbon. Even if one carbon has much more blood than the other, let's say the oila is 90% of the blood in the kli, and the bechar is 10%, one does not cancel out the other with a roiv, and I could throw it on the mizbeach. That's a big chiddush. Min b'minoi. Yeah, but we saw that certain things don't apply when it comes to kachim, like that. Even min b'minoi, we had certain gzeras. The whole sugya of bittul b'roiv didn't apply to us. So says the Gemara. So hay mivelokach midam hapar umidam hasar nafka. There's a mefurish pasuk that says this, that when it comes to Yom Kippur, I take the blood of the ox and the blood of the goat and I mix them together. By the way, guess how many bottles of Coca-Cola are there worth of blood in one cow? How many liters of blood are there in one cow? I looked it up for fun.
50.
Who says 50? 50 liters? He got it on the nose. 50 liters of blood. It's a lot of blood. It's a lot of liquid. So imagine, and I think a goat has 4 to 5 liters versus 50 liters. It's 10%, right? So the chiddush is, even though on Yom Kippur you're going to get a lot more blood from the bull than you got from the goat. And the Torah says, apply it like that, even though there's a right. So it says the Gemara, I know what you're thinking, Ariel. I know, I hear. This is what you were saying yesterday. I got it.
No, that I already knew. I remember a person only has 4 liters of blood. It's crazy that a cow has 12 times as much as a person.
He weighs 12 times the amount.
As much as me.
And you don't have that amount of blood. Tanoi. Oh, so why am I learning it from this pasuk of Kodesh Haim when I could learn now from V'lokach dat midam apar? So the Gemara says an answer that we don't see very often. No, it says, this is Zevachim Tanoi, which pasuk to use? You can use this pasuk, you use this pasuk. And the Gemara is going to make it tzrichus actually later. You're right. We have 2 psukim, Lokach dam apar, Kodesh Haim. Masav Rava. But I have another pasuk. V'krivu b'nei Aharon es Adam. V'zarku es Adam. Stop, don't turn the page. Look, it says the word dam twice. It should say, V'krivu b'nei Aharon es Adam. V'zarku. Well, what's dam? Madam Eloimar. Madam dam. By the way, there are those who say this is where they got that candy from. The dam. Whatever, lam sheneh. Shiyachal ein li ela shenis arba b'tmurasa. I would think that it's dafka when you have an oila here like this, that you guys probably didn't see this one. If you make a tmura, you have a small animal, and you see a large animal, you say, oh, Rebbeinu Shalom, I want to do better. Like Cain and Hevel, let's say. I don't know, something like
הרי זו, תמורת זו.
So they both become kaddish. So what does it say over here? So I would think if the blood of one oila got mixed in with the other oila, or Chulin Rashi says, Shaf Mechaim Tikarev, you know, in this case, both of these animals, you're makriv of them. Minayin, okay, so fine. So you have blood, the 2 bloods got mixed in, of the Tmur or not, fine, I can put it on the Mizbech. But how do I know? Minayin l'Rabbi's Toidu Shlamim. What if the blood of the oila got mixed in with the blood of Toidu Shlamim? It's a completely different type. It's a different type of carbon. How do I know that you can put it on the Mizbech? Because they're very similar, because they can be brought as a gift to the Rebbeinu Shalom and the Nadav. So, okay, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with that extra word dam. It says dam twice. How about when Asham blood gets mixed in with oil blood? They're very similar because they both require the same amount of zrikas on the Mizbech. Oh, and finally, Bechor Maisur Pesach Minayin. Bechor Maisur Pesach are so different than an oil. Think about it. What's different about them? How many things can you come up with? First of all, one is Kachi Kalim, one is Kachi Kachim. The other reason is one gets applied, one matana and the other. And the other thing is a Bechor Maisur cannot be brought as a Nidava. If you're born first, you're born first. That if the 2 dams get mixed up, the oila and the Bechor, you could apply them. My lav. Again, once again, the same question, same answer. No. My lav, soif, oila, Bechor. That we're talking about, that the oila is the shirayim. Where does shirayim go, Rab? Boisai. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I know what you're doing over there, Gershon. But I just want to show this here. The shirayim goes on the purple. That's the oila. The oila should go on the purple. The Bechor must be applied on the red. And I'm telling you, don't worry about it. Just apply all of it on the red. So what do you see? That you don't have to put the shirayim in the purple. You can put the shirayim on the red. My life that the Bechor is the beginning part of the Zrika. Same answer we said before. I skipped.
No.
So that was good. Thank you. Shkoyach, everybody. We're talking about the poor Balkaira. Like just one guy needs to correct him, not the entire show with kas the choich. Guy's working for 25 hours to prepare, earning Shabbos, in Mamishes. I know our Balkaira here in MDY Kids, I'm sure. He does the entire parasha perfectly, Rabbi Schoenberg Zaydim. And in Shvi, he drops one mistake. Every time, one mistake, so the oil can have anah. It's pashut to be ma'ana the oil. Kilas oil b'chor. The initial zrika, and you put it below the red line on the red part of the mizbech. So what's the big chiddush? Once you be not the other one. I got to tell you, the Tfer Shlomo says over here, Givaldik. He says that a person should not tell himself, what is my daf worth? Who am I? I barely understand what's going on. The Rebbeinu Shalom loves Reb Chaim Kanievsky's daf, but my daf says no. One oil is not mevatel the other oil. One carbon, one daf is not mevatel another daf. In other words, they're all roy in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves your daf like he loves Reb Chaim Kanievsky's daf, on the same level. Like the famous Maisa with the skinny, whatever. I'll just say the thing. Story number 592 that Reb Nachman Seltzer did not write in his book because it's Sheker Gomer, the story. Just you don't want to say it again. Weiter.
Let's say the sponsor.
I will say the sponsor. That yes, and the story not. Turn on the Daf, Adar Global, turnkey financial services for hassle-free real estate purchase in Israel. Stephen Schwartz, Lina Schwartz, you can all thank him afterwards.
What's the story?
No. Stephen Schwartz, Lila Nishmois, my parents, Million J. Schwartz, former owners of Arnes Deli in Lakewood, New Jersey. Elvis, where is Yossi Saunders?
Call him.
I should call him?
I'll give you the number.
Okay. We're going to get him here.
Perfect segue to sponsor a daf for the new Masechta, every daf.
Oh, very good. I want to mention again, because there's a bunch of people that cheat and they don't watch all the emails. You should know that we're putting together, and it's one of a kind. Now you're going to ask, why do we need another Gemara translation in English? There's only one, the R School, and we're not going to do like the R School. The R School is the R School and has its makam. But we're doing a simple pirush that's easy to read and no ha'aris on the bottom, no notes. And you have the schos to put your name there on the daf. There's going to be on every daf on the bottom. It's going to have the name Leilu Nishmas on the bottom and a QR code. Two things that a regular Gemara doesn't have, and it's going to be an MDY Gemara. There's going to be charts in the back, charts that have to do with menachas. It's going to be our Gemara, so you have an opportunity to be part of this unbelievable thing that's going to be l'doros, l'netzach netzachim. We're going to print it next cycle, Be'ez Hashem. What is this? Okay. Fine. I don't have any other names, but okay. Here, let me just show. I'll just show the guys that cheat the. Here we go. Look at this. This is basically from yesterday. All these dafim sold. I see the center of the Masechta is little. People love the beginning, and I see a guy got the last daf. I don't know what it is. Here he is, Rabbi Yaakov Leich, Givaldik, and Mary, my father. And here we go. Here are all the people. You get a schos zivug hogun. The Chaim David Yisrael. So what happens after he gets married, and 7 years from now he has 3 kids? Okay, whatever. We're gonna have to figure it out. Sold. Look at this. The prokim, $10,000 a pair. It's a tremendous project. It costs a lot of money, but it's kedai. So says the Gemara. Oh, ask the Gemara. Why do I need the pasuk dam to tell me this chiddush? I already learned from mivelokach dam apar midam asar. So what do we have? Rabbi Isai, I know this halacha that a oila is not mevatel a oila. In other words, a carbon is not mevatel a carbon. Even if you have 90% of any carbon, grab it a carbon. Forget the oila because the oila is confusing here. The word oila means a carbon. If you have 90% blood of a carbon pesach and 10% blood of a bechar, you can do zrika. It's not mevatel. One is not mevatel the other. I learned it from 3 different sources. I learned that from melokach dam apar midam asar. I learned it from dam, and I learned it from kodesh heim. 3 different places. And the Gemara here says, Tanoi, you can do nafkalim hacha, you can do nafkalim hacha. You're right. Some people learn from this passage, some learn from that passage. Says the Gemara. How come they don't learn from melokach midam apar? Because this midam apar midam asar is on Yom Kippur. When you mix, the Torah tells you to mix the blood of a bull with the blood of a goat. How much blood does a bull have, Rabbi Isai? Very good. And remember that sugi that we learned? So it goes together. But it doesn't go together when you put it on the kronos, here's a beautiful picture. It's not, we take this for granted. We didn't have this 2 years ago. A year ago, we didn't have this. It's vivid. I can mamish feel this. Whoa, this I didn't know about. This might be a mistake. There's a misgeris between the kronos. I don't know about that. Okay, you see this part? I don't know. I don't know where they got it from. I'm making a machar right now on it. Okay, so suffix machar, exactly. Is the suffix machar like just a suffix? Oh, I got to tell you real quickly. Ariel, the guys that know the answer to this riddle, do not answer. A lot of people know this riddle. I got to say it anyways. You could say it over in Shabbos. It's a beautiful riddle. If you have a belila of your pills, you must take one red pill at night, one red pill in the morning. One white pill at night, one white pill in the morning. And you're at night, in the middle of the night, and there's no lights, because you lived 100 years ago, there's no lights in your room. And you have 4 pills, and you have to take 2 pills. But if you take 2 reds by mistake, you die. But you must take a red pill right now to live. What do you do not to die? That's belila of pills. It's a beautiful answer. The answer is, you take each pill and you crack it in half. One half you put in your mouth, and the other half you put on the side. And you keep on doing that to each pill. And at the end of the day, you'll only eat 1 red and 1 white. Go figure it out. It works 100%, but it's true. So Mimela, not Mimela, we're going weiter. And so he's saying that when you don't apply the blood, I got the ADD over here. You don't mix the blood in that kli of the par and the source. I don't have a raya. Mixing, not mixing. They don't mix it, according to this man Dalmar. Okay, so midam dam leila. How come they all 3 don't learn from one pasuk dam dam like we just learned? Dam dam mashmu. What? Because it says another time dam in the pasuk, so you're going to make a whole big deal out of it. I don't think it's an extra word that you can dash from. Ella mikaydish heim my dam leila. But the original pasuk that says that the bchar is kaidish. And it could go mix in with another oila, and it's not going to affect it. Keep on sprinkling it. My time of the alpha. How come everybody doesn't learn from there? Because Sarvi Kodesh Shem, that pasuk is not available. The pasuk by Bechar. Heim Kreva vein Tmurasim Kreva. That if you do a Tmura to Bechar, you say, not only is this a firstborn, but also this guy is a firstborn. You do not put it on the Mizbeach like you would do for oila and everything else. That's a Chiddush Gadol. Kodesh Heim, only the original and not the Tmura. Vidach, but everybody agrees to this halacha, so that is the other man that learns from the other pasuk. What does he do? I'm sorry, that he learns from Kodesh Heim. He doesn't have an extra Kodesh Heim. So how does he learn this halacha? By Bechar it says im shar im se. In other words, it's dafka this and not a Tmura. Hu karev ve'ein Tmurasoi kreva. Tashma nasan lemala v'lei nimlach. So if you have a mixture of chatas and oil blood, and without asking the rabbi, he went and he put the blood on top of the mizbeach. You should take whatever's left over. What's left over, Rabbi Isai? Shirayim of a chatos, and a little bit of oil, and put it on the bottom. And you get your yoytz chatas, your yoytz oil. My love, the of chatas ve'oila. L'chayr, we're talking about a situation where the chatas and the oil got mixed in together. What happened? He already put the chatas on the top, above the red line. So what's left from the chatas? The leftovers. And where are you supposed to put the leftovers? In the drain. And everybody agrees you put it on the bottom. What's on the bottom? On the wall. On this place, right over here, on the red place. Everybody agrees you put it on the red. Part of it is shirayim blood, and shirayim blood belongs where? In the drain. Let me show you just over here. I didn't show you this, but whatever. I love how he takes a backwards flip and nothing. Oh, he puts it on the wall, and some of it is going to drip into the drain. That you're allowed to put the chatas blood on the wall, and it's okay. They say in Eretz Yisrael, oh, we're not talking about a chatas and oil getting mixed up. We're talking about 2 chatos that get mixed in. In other words, the chatas on Yom Kippur that belongs inside the heichal, the chatas of a regular day that belongs outside, those 2 bloods got mixed in. They put it already on the top. Now, what's left over? Only blood that belongs in the shirayim. Both are chatos, and it's both leftovers. So both leftovers belong on the bottom, and you put it on the bottom. According to everybody, you're yoitza. Normally, Abayo, B'nei Mark, you're going to Ariel v'shiyarel. It says Shirayim by you? Wow. Interesting. By me, it says Shirel. You have, is there another girsa? I don't have guys. Yeah, it's funny. They don't even put a ice over here. They changed it and they just kilo like that's everybody. I was just like, you're going the order of b'shirayim or b'shirel. So in other words, why don't you just say that we're talking about a case where two chatois got mixed in together? What do I gain? It says Rashi, I gain because according there's no machlekes where you put this. Everybody agrees you put it in the drain. There's machlekes where you put the stuff from the dam from the pnimi. But there's no machlekes here. Listen to this. There's a mandama that says that the leftover blood on Yom Kippur only. On Yom Kippur, if you don't pour that into the drain, you're not yoytz to the carbon. What if I pour it in the drain, but 10% is missing? Why is 10% missing? Because I sprinkled it on top of the mizbeach. I put it on top of the red line. So some of it is missing. Maybe that ruins it, and I don't have enough shirayim. Says the Gemara. Oh, sorry. Okay, fine. So that's the chiddush that it's not market. Real quickly, remember yesterday we already established that this exact case of the blood of the chatos and the oila are together. And what's going on here? There's 40 milliliters of blue. There's 60 milliliters of red. And the chiddush is, or we have to assume that we're talking about, he put 50 milliliters of blood on top of the red line. How much oil of blood is there? 40 milliliters. So if you put 50, you're 100% going to get a little chatas in there too, because you did more than the 40 oil. So how could you tell me that we're talking about a case of a chatas pnimi? We already established yesterday, last daf, on daf pei, that there's chatas and oil, not chatas pnimi and chatas chitzoni. There's oil here, and we already said it's 40. It's less. Look what he did today. He changed it a little bit. He poured it. He pours 40 milliliters of blue and 10 milliliters of red. So you definitely got some red in there, and that's what we said. He put a little bit more of the red. That was Rabbi Sai to answer Ravashi. Ravashi holds Ein Bila. Ein Bila, we had to say put 50 milliliters, not 40. But we said already that we're not going like that. We hold that the whole problem here is not that it got mixed in one cup. It's a bunch of cups that got mixed up. So maybe we could say this talking about a chatzis chitzoni, chatzis pnimi. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.